A glimpse into the mind of schizophrenia. Imagine hearing voices when no one is around, or believing something so strongly that even evidence to the contrary can't change your mind. How would you cope with a reality that doesn't align with the world everyone else sees? This is a glimpse into the lives of those affected by schizophrenia. But what is schizophrenia, really? Is it the same as a split personality, as often portrayed in movies and TV shows? The truth is much more complex than the stereotypes suggest. What is schizophrenia? Schizophrenia is often misunderstood, but it's crucial to separate fact from fiction. The term schizophrenia comes from the Greek words schizo meaning split and phrenia meaning mind. Despite the common misconception, schizophrenia doesn't mean a person has a split personality, nor does it refer to someone being crazy in the way the media often portrays. Instead, schizophrenia refers to a disorganized pattern of thinking and perception. For someone with schizophrenia, their sense of reality becomes fractured, making it incredibly difficult to distinguish what is real from what is not. Positive symptoms, delusions and hallucinations. Delusions are false beliefs that someone holds with such conviction that they can't be persuaded otherwise. A person might believe, for example, that they are being watched by government agencies or that they have special powers, even if there's no evidence to support this belief. Another hallmark positive symptom is hallucinations, where someone may hear voices, see things, or even smell odors that aren't really there. The most common of these are auditory hallucinations, where the person hears voices telling them things, sometimes even commands. This experience is so vivid that it can be nearly impossible for the person to differentiate between what is real and what is a hallucination. Disorganized thinking, a fragmented reality. Alongside these delusions and hallucinations, disorganized thinking leads to a fragmented, often incoherent flow of ideas. Imagine trying to hold a conversation where your thoughts jump from one topic to another without any logical connection. This is what someone with schizophrenia might experience. They might say something like, "blue coffee dog pencil," which to others sounds completely nonsensical. But to the person, these words might seem connected in their mind. Negative symptoms, emotional and social withdrawal. On the flip side, negative symptoms represent a reduction or absence of normal functioning. For example, someone with schizophrenia might show flat affect, meaning they may not express emotions the way others expect. Imagine hearing about something exciting, but the person doesn't react at all. They might seem indifferent, even though they're processing the information inside their mind. Another negative symptom, alogia, is the reduction in speech output. When asked a question, the response might be extremely brief or devoid of detail, making it hard for others to gauge their emotional state or thoughts. Cognitive symptoms. Struggles with memory and concentration. Cognitive symptoms, while often less visible, can be incredibly debilitating. People with schizophrenia often experience memory problems, making it difficult to retain information or remember tasks. Imagine trying to complete a simple task, but constantly forgetting what you were doing or losing track of important details. Some individuals find it hard to concentrate on one thing at a time, making everyday activities, like following a conversation or working on a project, feel almost impossible. It's like their mind is constantly racing in different directions, leaving them unable to focus or retain what they've learned. The prodromal phase, early warning signs. Before schizophrenia fully develops, there's often a subtle period known as the prodromal phase. This phase can last months or even years, and is often marked by a shift in behavior and perception. Individuals may start to withdraw from their usual activities and social interactions. You might notice a decrease in motivation, changes in mood, like feeling unusually anxious, sad, or irritable, and even problems with memory. People may also experience strange thoughts or heightened sensitivity to things around them, like feeling unusually suspicious or paranoid. It's a confusing time where things start to feel off, but the full symptoms haven't emerged yet. The active phase, symptoms become more pronounced. Then comes the active phase, where the symptoms of schizophrenia are at their peak. This is when someone's grip on reality becomes severely impaired. The delusions become more pronounced. The person might believe they're being watched or that they have extraordinary powers. Hallucinations intensify, often taking the form of voices or visions that can feel incredibly real. The person might struggle with understanding their environment, their thoughts might become disorganized, and their behavior can seem erratic or unpredictable. It's a time of intense confusion, where they may have trouble distinguishing the real world from the world inside their mind. The residual phase, the struggle to reconnect. After the active phase, individuals with schizophrenia may enter the residual phase. In this phase, symptoms like hallucinations and delusions might lessen, but they don't disappear entirely. Though the person might appear calmer or more stable, they often continue to struggle with cognitive symptoms, like difficulty concentrating or remembering things. They may feel emotionally numb or disconnected, unable to feel the same joy or excitement they once did. Though they might seem more recovered, there's still a deep, underlying struggle to reconnect with themselves and others. The residual phase is a constant reminder that schizophrenia isn't simply something that can be cured. It's a lifelong challenge. Schizophrenia and gender differences. Interestingly, schizophrenia doesn't affect everyone the same way. Research has shown that men and women can experience the disorder differently. For men, symptoms typically emerge earlier, usually in their late teens or early 20s, and they often experience more severe symptoms. Women, on the other hand, tend to develop schizophrenia later in life, typically in their late 20s or early 30s. Some studies suggest that estrogen might play a protective role for women, affecting how their dopamine systems respond, but the exact reasons for these differences are still unclear. Regardless of gender, schizophrenia impacts individuals in unique ways, and understanding these nuances is crucial for offering better support. The social stigma, misunderstandings about schizophrenia. One of the greatest challenges people with schizophrenia face is the stigma attached to the disorder. Society often misinterprets their behavior, labeling them as crazy or dangerous, ideas that are far from the truth. Schizophrenia doesn't mean a person is violent or unpredictable, but the stigma can make it incredibly hard for individuals to seek help or feel understood. The fear of being judged or ostracized leads many to hide their condition, further isolating themselves. It's crucial to break down these misconceptions, as empathy and understanding are key to supporting those with mental health challenges. Schizophrenia and creativity, a complex relationship. Some individuals with schizophrenia experience heightened creativity, perhaps as a result of their altered perception of reality. The intense and unique thought patterns associated with schizophrenia can lead to some fascinating artistic expressions. Many famous artists, writers, and musicians have been believed to have had schizophrenia, channeling their inner experiences into extraordinary works of art. However, this creativity often comes with a price, as the struggle to maintain focus and coherence in everyday life can make it difficult to fully embrace these creative outlets. The connection between schizophrenia and trauma. While we can't point to a single cause for schizophrenia, it's important to understand the connection between trauma and the development of the disorder. Research suggests that individuals who have experienced significant emotional or physical trauma, especially during childhood, may be more susceptible to developing schizophrenia later in life. This isn't to say that trauma causes schizophrenia, but it can act as a trigger for those already predisposed to the condition. The psychological scars left by trauma can intertwine with genetic and environmental factors, influencing how schizophrenia manifests. The importance of early intervention. Early intervention is crucial when it comes to schizophrenia. The sooner someone begins to recognize the signs and seek help, the better the chances of managing the symptoms and preventing the disorder from taking full control. Therapy and counseling can provide individuals with the tools they need to navigate their experiences, helping them understand and cope with the disorder. Early support can also reduce the impact on personal relationships, work, and social life, ultimately leading to a higher quality of life despite the challenges. Breaking the silence, advocating for mental health awareness. It's time to break the silence around schizophrenia and mental health. By raising awareness and having open conversations, we can eliminate the stigma that surrounds this disorder. Advocacy for mental health is essential, not only for those living with schizophrenia, but also for those around them. Understanding, support, and compassion can go a long way in helping individuals cope with their struggles. Let's come together to create a world where mental health is treated with the same care and respect as physical health, and where everyone feels comfortable seeking help when they need it. The role of family support, a lifeline for those with schizophrenia. Family support plays an essential role in the lives of those living with schizophrenia. The emotional backing, understanding, and compassion from loved ones can provide stability in moments of distress. While schizophrenia can be isolating, having a strong support system can make a huge difference. Family members can help individuals with the disorder maintain a sense of normalcy, encourage adherence to therapy, and provide comfort during challenging times. Together, families can create an environment where recovery is more achievable and life can feel more manageable. The power of self-awareness and coping mechanisms. Self-awareness and developing coping mechanisms are invaluable for managing schizophrenia. While professional support is crucial, individuals can also empower themselves by learning to recognize early signs of distress and finding ways to calm their minds. Techniques such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, and journaling can be helpful tools in maintaining emotional balance. The process of staying mindful of one's thoughts and feelings allows people with schizophrenia to build resilience and navigate their lives with more confidence and less fear. Schizophrenia and the brain. How the disorder affects thought processes. Schizophrenia deeply affects the brain, especially areas involved in thinking, memory, and perception. It disrupts the way information is processed, causing distorted thoughts, confusion, and difficulty focusing. These changes can make it challenging to differentiate between what's real and what's imagined, leading to experiences like delusions and hallucinations. However, it's important to note that these brain changes are not a reflection of personal character or willpower. They are rooted in the complex neurobiology of schizophrenia and contribute to the difficulties individuals face. Navigating relationships in schizophrenia. The challenges of connection. Schizophrenia can have a profound impact on relationships. The emotional and cognitive challenges that come with the disorder can create a sense of disconnection between individuals and their loved ones. Friends and family may struggle to understand the changes in behavior, and those living with schizophrenia may find it difficult to maintain meaningful connections. However, with open communication and patience, it's possible to nurture relationships despite these challenges. It takes effort from both sides to build trust, create understanding, and find ways to stay emotionally connected. Schizophrenia and the future. Looking ahead with hope. Despite the complexities of schizophrenia, the future doesn't have to be defined by the disorder. Many people with schizophrenia lead fulfilling lives, holding jobs, maintaining relationships, and contributing meaningfully to society. With the right support systems, personal coping strategies, and societal understanding, the potential for a positive future is within reach. Schizophrenia may be a lifelong condition, but it doesn't have to dictate the course of a person's life. Hope, resilience, and determination are powerful tools that can help individuals overcome challenges and carve out their own path forward. Stigma and schizophrenia. Breaking the silence. Stigma is one of the biggest hurdles for people living with schizophrenia. Society's misconceptions about mental illness, often fueled by media portrayals and lack of understanding, can lead to isolation and discrimination. Many individuals feel ashamed or embarrassed to share their diagnosis, fearing rejection or judgment. However, breaking the silence and speaking openly about schizophrenia is crucial in challenging these negative perceptions. By raising awareness and fostering empathy, we can begin to dismantle the stigma and create a more inclusive and supportive environment for everyone. The importance of education in understanding schizophrenia. Education is a powerful tool in combating the stigma surrounding schizophrenia. The more we learn about the disorder, the more we can understand the challenges faced by those who live with it. Schools, workplaces, and communities can all benefit from mental health education programs that raise awareness and promote understanding. By fostering a culture of knowledge and compassion, we create spaces where people feel safe to seek help, share their experiences, and connect with others who understand their journey. How schizophrenia shapes daily life. Navigating the challenges. Living with schizophrenia means navigating a world that often feels disjointed and confusing. Everyday tasks that many people take for granted can become monumental challenges. Whether it's organizing a simple to-do list, holding a conversation, or remembering important information, the cognitive disruptions caused by schizophrenia can make these tasks feel impossible. However, with proper support and coping mechanisms, many people with schizophrenia can find ways to adapt to these challenges, developing routines and strategies that help them maintain a sense of order and control in their daily lives. Challenging the myths. Debunking misconceptions about schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is often surrounded by myths and misconceptions, thanks to sensationalized portrayals in the media. One of the biggest myths is that people with schizophrenia have multiple personalities or are inherently violent. In reality, schizophrenia is a complex mental health disorder characterized by disruptions in thinking, perception, and behavior, not a split personality. The truth is, most individuals with schizophrenia are nonviolent and can live productive, fulfilling lives with proper support and care. Debunking these myths is essential in changing public perception and ensuring that those with schizophrenia are treated with the respect and dignity they deserve. The link between schizophrenia and other mental health disorders. Schizophrenia does not exist in isolation. It often coexists with other mental health disorders, such as depression, anxiety, or even bipolar disorder. These co-occurring conditions can make diagnosis and treatment more challenging, as the symptoms may overlap or mask each other. For example, the paranoia experienced in schizophrenia can resemble the anxiety symptoms in other disorders, while the emotional flatness of schizophrenia may resemble depressive symptoms. Understanding these overlapping conditions is crucial for providing comprehensive care and ensuring that individuals receive the right support for their unique experiences. Finding hope in the face of schizophrenia. The road to recovery. Schizophrenia can feel like an overwhelming and never-ending struggle, but there is always hope. Many individuals with schizophrenia experience periods of stability and improvement, especially when they have access to the right support systems and coping mechanisms. Recovery doesn't mean a complete absence of symptoms. It means finding ways to live a fulfilling and meaningful life despite the challenges. With ongoing support, self-care strategies, and the right resources, individuals with schizophrenia can reclaim their sense of purpose and continue to pursue their goals and dreams, no matter the obstacles in their path.